Good morning, my dear student. Today, lecture on scientific production technology for bitter gourd, Unit 2, lecture number 9 by Dr. Chandan Singh. Hot 504 production technology for vegetable and tuber crops, MSc Horticulture first semester. Just begin. Introduction of bitter gourd. Botanical name of bitter gourd is a Memordica charanacea. Its family of bitter gourd is a Cucurbitaceae and chromosome number 2n is equal to 22. Origin place is tropical Asia. And bitter gourd is grown for its wetter tender fruits can be used for vegetable purpose and vegetable crops and vegetable use. The fruits turn to orange yellow color when ripe fruit. This is indications for the ripening of fruits. The fruits are rich in iron, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin B, and protein and minerals can be also present in bitter gourd. 100 gram of edible fruits can be available of vitamin and minerals, and vitamins C can be available to 100 gram of edible fruits. The 88 milligrams of vitamin C presence of 100 gram of edible fruits. The fruits is reported to have and herbicidal effects too, can be used to laxative and easily digestible to the human feeds to use to herbaceous herbal products can be also made by the bitter gourd juice, and bitter gourd fruit also can be used to herbal products made by the food processing industries. So next is it is the considered for good for curings and blood disease also, and diabetes and asthma can be controlled by the bitter gourd fruits used to vegetable and other used like herbaceous products and medicinal use to bitter gourds. It's very important to the asthma, diabetes and heart disease of the human bodies. The contributes of some other cucurbitaceans can be used to bitterness of presence as a glucoside may be the help to prevent the spoilage of cooked vegetable of bitter gourds. Cucurbitacean can be responsible for is also responsible for the bitterness of cucurbit bitter gourd also, and bitter gourd is most importance to cucurbitacean presence to glue as a form of bitter agency and bitterness of the bitter gourds. The fruits are also utilized in the preparation of pickles and storage as a dried vegetables. Dried vegetable can be used after the off-season vegetable. Its vegetable is not time on season of vegetables can be used to dry fruit of dry products and dry food of the bitter gourds can be used to after some times in the season of vegetable crops. It's a soil climates of the bitter gourd. Bitter gourd is the most important to sandy loamy soil can be used produced to rich organic matter with the good drainage system is available on the field of bitter gourd crops. and its range from the pH of 6.5 to 7.5 is suitable. Cultivation of the bitter gourd is a mostly grown the range of pH from the 6 to 7 6.5 to 7.5 range is a very good, and well drained soil can be suitable for the cultivation of bitter gourd. So it is the warm season crops and crops but has a wide range of adaptability and can be grown in the region of the comparatively low temperature. It's suitable for the cultivation of bitter gourd, and temperature between the range from the 25 to 30 degrees centigrade is the best for the optimum temperature of the cultivation of bitter gourd, and growth is the normal. Yield are high at the temperature from the 25 to 30 degrees centigrade, so it's better than the other temperature and another range of the temperature of bitter gourd cultivation. So its importance to successful cultivation of bitter gourds, and soil and climate is the most important. Is not a diverse effect of the successful crops. It ranges from the soil pH 6.5 to 7.5 and temperature between the 25 to 30 degrees centigrades. It's both are the most important to the temperature of and pH level for the next competitive exam. For some other exam, competitive exam, it's range from the temperatures and pH also. This is a polyhouse of the bitter gourd in polyhouse at the ITM universities. It's very effective and very good system of the cultivation of bitter gourd. It is a stacking process to can maintain the plant health and fruit quality also, and plants can be grow up to standing position by support of the stacking wire. It's very important to stacking dhagas to support of vine of bitter gourd. It's very important for the quality fruits and earliness of fruits. This is there is very importance to fruit quality is free from to any disease infection and fungal infection. Fungal infection can be spreading by the soil, so there is plant is not a contact to the soil, so not affected by the not infected by the any disease and any insect of the these crops. So it's very important to the successful cultivation of the bitter gourds and any other crops for like cucumber and bitter gourds and cucurbita. All vegetable can be used to polyhouse cultivation, so it's very important to the quality fruits and earliness of fruits. So it's very fruitings can be fruiting will be harvesting to the long duration, and many more yield can be collect from these areas. So it's very important to the cultivation of the bitter gourds. So you can go to the visit, and there is a also used to fertigation system, and drip line can use to water and fertilizer can be used with the fertigation systems. So it's very important to maintain the nutrition level of the soil to grow up the plant, and available of the different type of nutrients, micronutrients, micronutrients can be used by the drip irrigation. So it's very important to wastage of fruits, wastage of the fertilizers and water. So need based only use and applications for the fertilizer and water also. So it's very important to tenderness of fruits and very good and healthy and fresh leaf of the bitter gourds under the protected cultivation of university campus. So it's very important. So okay, next one is a there is the temperature maintain the 25 to 30 degrees centigrade, but when the temperature it is above the 36 degrees centigrade, there is the poor production of the female flower. Female flower is a most important for the maximum flowering to fruit settings. The no there the male flower, there is the importance to female flower. Female flower is a more female flowers can be more fruit setting, can be more yield of the particular flower and plant also. So its female flower is only produced below the 36 degrees centigrades. It's very important temperature for the female flower production. So it's very important to short the treatment slightly reduce to the production of the staminate flower and increase the when the temperature less than 18 degree temperature. So it's very leading to poor yield, and below the 18 degree temperature is not a produced to female flowers to produce the male flower. So very important to yield and fruit settings to female flowers. Its female flower can only use for the fruit production and fruit setting also. Its male flower can only use for the crossing and pollination of the flower. So its male flower can be produced only the 25 to 30 degrees centigrade. 36 degree above the temperature can reduce the female flower to resulting the poor yield of the crops. So its varieties of the bitter gourds. So first is the Preeti and Priyanka. It's also Maharashtrian varieties. So it's used to the some other universities and some other places. So different varieties can be produced to all over India. So under cultivation, protected conditions. So not specific varieties, they only use to the gynosis varieties, but gynosis varieties the very less varieties available in the market. So used to non-gynosis varieties under the polyhouse condition, and open field condition can use to all the varieties of this type of varieties like Preeti, Priyanka, and Flow Greens and Konkan, Tara. Pusha beaches can be used to polyhouse condition. Coimbatore G greens to importance to MDU1 and Arka Harits. It's a open pollinated varieties, and it's when there is a hybrid variety of the bitter gourds can be used to successful cultivation of the bitter gourd. So first one is the Sina, is a Chain and Arjuna and Ganesh and Parijat, Maya and Paras, and Trishul and TCH1. Its importance varieties for the it's a hybrid variety. Hybrid variety can be importance to more yield more than the open pollinated varieties. So it's very important. And there is a sowing time of sowing is the precautions to seed treatments and sowing methods can be used to different stages of the sowing time steps, and sowing can be done during the January to March of bitter gourd seeds is and second crops is taken from the June to July, and 4 to 5 kg of seed is the sufficient to sow on 1 hectare of the area. Is very important to seed rates for the requirement seed for the 1 hectare areas, or any areas like acre or some other unit of the area. So it's hectare is 1 hectare area can be used to 4 to 5 kg of seeds. is sufficient to show 1 hectares, and the spacing required for sowing depends on season and the varieties is importance to successfully cultivations. A distance maintained of 2.5 to 3.5 meter between the row and open depends row and 90 to 120 centimeter between the hill in the row plants. So it's maintain the spacing due to the different stages in different areas also. Then the seed have to be treated with the Thiram 2 gram per kg of seeds can be used for the seed treatments for control of the any disease infection under the seed soil and bad conditions. So it's very important to control the many diseases also, like dumping of disease also controlled by the Thiram and Captan also. Captan also used to seed treatment. So it's very important for the successful healthy plant grow in the starting stage like germination stage. So very important to starting healthy plants to grow up to grow will be the some other times. So importance to fitness of the plants. It's how can process to seed treatments like soaking of seeds for 6 hours will be the facilitate germination. It's very important to the seed treatments will be done batch done before the 6 hour will be facilitated to the maximum germinations. So it's very important to germination and take longer times to at the low temperature. A balanced temperature is maximum germination for the responsible for the maximum germination. The seed germination is the optimum at the temperature between 25 to 35 degrees centigrade and inhibited at the temperature of 8 degree and 40 degree temperatures. It's very dangerous to the germination of the seeds, and very well germination between the 25 to 35 degrees centigrade. So its seeds are per pits, and later 2-3 seedlings per pits are written. So seeds can be shown at the polythene bags under the polyhouse condition or protected cultivation of the nursery. Nursery is a very important to the seedling under the pottery, and polythene bags can be shifted to pits in manfield after the 15 to 20 days. 15 to 20 days is very important to the successful stability of the plant in the main field or main bed of bitter gourd planting areas. So it's very important to age of plants to successful healthy maintain of the healthy plant of under the main field of bitter gourd. Then will we go to the nutrients and fertilizer requirement in bitter gourd cultivation of crops. Ploughing at the field for the 3 to 4 times is very important to at least one time can we you go for the deep line and apply to then apply to 25 to 20 tons of FIM farmyard manures at the last ploughing to use the FIMs for the incorporation of the soil for the well decomposition of the FIM. It's very important to availability of nutrients and fertilizer of the soil. Then can be recommended dose of fertilizer of bitter gourd crops. The 150 kg NPK can be used to 1 hectare of the areas for the good and healthy crop of the bitter gourds, and its ratio for the bitter gourd crops, and being as a shallow rooted vegetable and roots are mostly concentrated at the top 60 centimeter of the soil. So very important, 2 centimeter soil, it's 60 centimeter soil can be available of the any types of nutrients and fertilizers. So it's well maintained and well decomposed of the if I am under the 60 centimeter of the soil. So its availability of the nutrients area. Crops should be the irrigation immediately after the planting of the summer season and subsequently addressed 2 to 3 days interval until the flowering. It's very important to the healthy plants and development, growth and developments of the plants. So interval of the 2 to 3 days interval until the flowerings. There is a importance to what is the difference between then there after the flowering, after the irrigation, then come out the flowering in the plants. So there is a difference, basic difference to the male and female flower. Some left side and lower part of hand is available of showing the male flower, and right side can be show of the female flower. Female flower can be show of the ovary can be format in a female flower, and left side is not a formation of ovary. So it's a male flower, and formatted of the ovary it's a female flower. So top of photographs can be show of the both the flower is a left side is a female flower and right side is a male flower. It's a female flower and male flower, only basic difference for the ovary developments is a basic difference, and it's only one difference can be show up, and some other difference can be physically and on the basis of physically shape of the flower. So it's very important. So it is the can be identify of the female flower, and some then the female flower can be crossed by the male flower by insect agencies. This is a cross pollinated crops or open cross pollinated crops can be used to pollination by the crossing by the insect or other part of the agencies like air pollinated or insect pollinated. So it's very important to the fruit setting and fruit development and fruit settings. Crossing is very important to the fruit setting. Then after the big photo of standing position, it's after the crossing can be develop the fruits. So that there is a harvestable fruits developed from the small flower of the bitter gourds. So it's very important, and thank you very much for this video. Any query, any suggestions can be go for the comment box, and detail can be you reads from the handbook of horticulture and some other books from the published by the ICAR and other institutions of the ICAR. Okay, thank you very much. Any comments, any query, please go for the comment box. Thank you very much. Thank you.